How are we going to get to Ellis Island, old chum?
Well, we probably won't be able to get the ferry. A criminal mastermind will have thought of that. But you can fly, remember?
I know, but I get a bit wheezy going to the pizza place and back. If I had to carry you all the way to Ellis Island, I don't think I'd make it.
Well, ask the Bleeding Heart for help. She can fly.
Never! Females have no business being superheroes. Plus, she has that whole self-righteous, politically correct, judgmental thing going on.
That's a shame.
Why? Don't tell me you're holding a candle for that preachy do-gooder.
Not holding a candle exactly. She waxes my wick a little bit maybe. But no, I was just thinking that if she has to carry us over to Ellis Island, we'd be staring at her arse in skin-tight red lycra the whole way. But you're right, you shouldn't compromise on your political beliefs.
Now maybe I've been a little hasty here. Perhaps I've let my personal beliefs cloud my judgment.
You? I can't believe that.
It's my duty to put the welfare of the American people before my personal grievances against some superpowered skirt. All right, let's have her meet us at True Believers.
I'll text her.
You have her phone number?
Yeah, she gave it to me. I say gave it to me. She only used the 256-bit RSA encryption key to protect her mobile. That's practically a come-on to a techie like me. Alright, she'll meet us there. Just remember to be on your best behaviour when we meet her. We need her help, remember?
Yeah, I'll be my usual charming self when we meet with that menstruating moonbat. No sign of the bleeding heart. I guess that serves us right for relying on a female superhero. They're all right until a major criminal operation goes down midway through Days of Our Lives.
Alright mate, no need to get worked up. Let's just grab a table and wait for her.
Let's go talk to those two babes in the corner.
Did you leave your contact lenses on the bedside table again?
What? The brunette looks just like that girl from Jersey Shore.
She looks like a gorilla in a dress.
That's what I said. All right, you can have the pretty one.
That is the pretty one.
Stick around, old friend. I may have need of you later.
Hey boys, there's an ugly rumor going around.
Yeah, well introduce it to my colleague here. He'll most probably want to buy it a drink.
Word on the grapevine is the Cold War warrior has invaded Ellis Island and is preparing to launch missile strikes against half of the country.
Wait a minute. There are no missiles on Ellis Island.
Actually, mate, I'm pretty sure there are. Remember when Chimpera Caligupretzel was Commander-in-Chief?
Yes. Halcyon days.
Well, apparently his staff could never quite shake him from his fear that the Statue of Liberty was going to come to life and kill everyone in New York. They should never have let him watch Ghostbusters 2 if you ask me. Anyway, he insisted on keeping a stock of missiles on Ellis Island for the day when Lady Liberty awoke.
So the Cold War warrior is actually recycling our own missiles against us?
Oh yeah, it's a very cost-effective and environmentally friendly military campaign he's running.
We're supposed to meet the Bleeding Heart here. Have you seen her?
She hasn't been in all day. Perhaps she's busy at her day job.
Do you know what her day job is? Do you know her secret identity?
Sorry boys, and even if I did, I couldn't tell. It would violate bartender alcoholic privilege.
Do you think he knows?
Does a duck sleep on its back?
Do what?
No, wait. Is Dolly Parton's ass watertight? Can I start again?
Please don't.
Please don't.
How did you come to hear this story of the Cold War warrior invading Ellis Island anyway?
It's been all over the police radio this afternoon.
You've got a police scanner?
Of course. How else would I get advance notice when we're about to get raided? You know the funny thing about this attack on Ellis Island? Apparently, some dumbass superhero was tricked into helping Cold War Warrior. He had all the police switch off their radios, so they couldn't hear about the attack when it started.
What a muppet.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be that guy when word gets around. Thanks for the information.
Sorry I'm late. I couldn't get away from work.
This is why there aren't more female superheroes. When there's a major crime underway, they spend 45 minutes in a phone booth because they haven't got a thing to wear.
Whereas when you spend 45 minutes in a phone booth, it's just because your stomach is jammed in the door.
And when they do finally arrive, God help you if another superheroine is wearing the same costume. They'll forget about the criminals altogether and start clawing each other's eyes out.
One thing they won't do is disable every police radio within a 5-block radius and allow a psychotic supervillain to steal a battery of biological weapons to use against innocent people.
Assuming that's true, and I'm not saying it is.
It is, though.
All right, it is true. But how did you hear about it?
I have my sources.
You're sleeping with the police commissioner.
I hate to interrupt when children are squabbling. I'll be over here when you're ready to go.
Normally, I find it pitiful to see a woman alone in a bar, but I'm sure you're used to it.
If that's the kind of line you use on women in bars, I'm not surprised you get blown out more times than a windsock.
Are you familiar with Ellis Island?
I know it was used by fascist politicians to lock up people whose only crime was being born in another country.
If a few more people who were born in other countries were locked up, maybe America would be a safer place.
So there's no truth to the rumors that the Patriot Cave was built almost exclusively by illegal immigrant labor?
None whatsoever. Paco and Esteban are as American as you or I. Have you met the Cold War Warrior?
Of course. I was involved in getting him the work placement at City Hall.
Such benevolence. Why can't you be more like her?
I probably could if I had my testicles removed.
Would that force you to use your brain for thinking instead?
No, but it might give me the kind of terrible judgment that helps a communist terrorist get a job in City Hall where he can plan attacks on America.
He wasn't planning anything until you bribed him and then stood by while he was arrested and deported.
You can't make heroes act like villains.
At least, not unless it leads to a really good crossover.
Shall we take off for Ellis Island? You're not getting any younger.
Whereas you are, but that's just your mental age.
Mate, I really think we should do something about the flamboyant superhero before we go anywhere. He's going to be really pissed when he finds out you've implicated him in some sex scandal.
Ha! What's that lily-livered panty-waist going to do? Hit me with his purse? Insult my fashion sense?
Too easy.
Look, I just think we should take the time to explain the situation to him. He might take it better if we explain that it was the only way we could get him off. If the first time he hears about it is on live TV, he might go off the deep end.
Forget about it. That fairy would be too worried he might chip a nail to do anything rash. Now let's get going. I'm going to put that communist maggot in jail for so long. When he gets out, he'll be dead.
Boy, it feels good to be back on the ground again. Flying is for the birds, pun intended.
I don't know what you're complaining about. I'm the one who had to do all the work.
I know, and I don't mean to sound ungrateful, but I was afraid I would slip off and fall. I couldn't get a good handhold anywhere.
Not for the want of trying.
While you were groping the flight attendant, I was digging up intel on our mission. I was using my mobile to find out what the Cold War warrior's demands are. He wants America to shut down all border control and immigration agencies. If the president doesn't go on television to announce the change in policy by 11:30 p.m., he'll launch the missiles.
Why 11:30?
Maybe he wants to catch Kimmel.
Let's get inside the main building.
How do we even know where he is? He could be in any of the buildings on the island.
In the video he broadcast, he was standing inside a museum. This is where the museum is, right?
I've never been here before, but I think so.
Be careful of the door. He's probably rigged it up to a live current or put traces of nerve agent on the door handle or some other kind of devious trap to keep us out.
No, but he's locked it. You don't think?
No, mate, I don't.
It is shaped like a missile, though.
If you're seriously suggesting that the Cold War warrior travelled back in time over 100 years and persuaded the architect to incorporate a WMD in the structure of his building, he possesses a degree of forward thinking and logistical support we can't hope to match.
I'm just saying we should keep an open mind.
A lesson in being open-minded from the guy who thinks that global warming was a liberal conspiracy to get Al Gore an Oscar.
Listen, if you're too open-minded, your brain will fall out.
Only if it fits through your ear canal.
He must be experiencing middle age early. That's when broadness of the mind and narrowness of the hips exchange places.
There's nothing else for it. I'm gonna have to go down there.
Can't we look around a bit more first before we go wading through sewage? There might be a more accessible way to get into the building.
Not we, old friend. I'm going in alone. We don't have time to keep looking. Every second we waste gives that pinko more time to launch his deadly strike.
Wasting time. On the flight over, you had me divert via Brooklyn so you could buy an apricot Danish.
Well, if you're going in, take this headset with you. At least we'll be able to communicate with you while you're down there.
Yeah, all right, Mom. How far do you think this ladder goes down? Whoa!
Not far enough.
Aw, man! I'm covered in...
Human waste?
It's just like that time you tried to unblock the toilet with a pressure washer.
I wasn't having any luck with one of your wire coat hangers.
You pinched one of my coat hangers?
Relax, dude. I put it back when I was finished with it. You don't think that commie convict would have booby-trapped the sewers, do you?